I want to start by asking Minister Vaishnaw about what makes you confident that India will be able this time round to achieve its true economic potential, given the number of false starts the world has seen India make in the past. Why do you think we're on path to becoming a developed country, like the Prime Minister says, by 2047?
Thank you, Rahul. I would like to say that India has a very well thought through economic strategy at this point of time for the last many years now. The strategy is based on 4 pillars. Pillar number 1 is public investment in social, physical and digital infrastructure. Pillar number 2 is a lot of focus on technology, manufacturing and innovation. Pillar number 3 is inclusive growth. We have a very diverse society, inclusive growth. Pillar number 4 is simplification. I'll take a couple of minutes, Rahul, if you permit, to explain these 4 pillars. When we look at public investment, in the budget of 21, we started with about $40 billion US, then we ramped it up to 60, 80, 100, and this year's budget, the current financial year that we are running, is $125 billion US. This is going into physical, digital and social infrastructure. Physical as in the highways, the railways, the transmission lines, the ports, the airports. You must have seen the numbers. Last year we constructed 5,300 kilometers of new railway lines. To give you a context, the network of Switzerland is 5,000 kilometers. In 10 years, we have electrified 45,000 kilometers of railway lines. Again, to give you a context, the network of Germany is about 35,000 kilometers. So that's the pace at which we are. We have doubled the number of airports. We have doubled the capacity of our ports. In case of digital infrastructure, if you look at the way 5G was rolled out, 450,000 towers are today radiating 5G signals in the country. About 6.5 million kilometers of optical fiber cable has been taken to the last point, last village in the country. So a lot of emphasis on digital infrastructure, and we created a complete digital architecture where people can solve population scale problems using the artifacts which are available, which have been funded by the government. Social infrastructure, number of universities opened in the last 10 years, 370. It's practically every week one new university is being opened, right? So huge focus on building new hospitals, building new schools, building new universities. So the first pillar, public investment in digital, social and physical infrastructure. The second pillar is huge emphasis on manufacturing, technology and innovation. We all know 10 years ago we had hardly a handful of startups. Today we have 130,000 startups and 120 plus unicorns in our country. We have seen how much focus on manufacturing has given us the good results. 10 years ago, electronics manufacturing was practically nil. Today, $120 billion worth electronics manufacturing, and you take that to any sector, whether it is defense manufacturing, it is specialty chemicals manufacturing, practically every field manufacturing is growing at a very good pace. The focus on innovation, focus on technology, that's the second pillar. The third pillar is inclusive growth. We have a very diverse society in our country. We have 18 official languages having different scripts, and people at very different stages of economic growth in their lives. In the last 10 years, if I give you this number, 510 million bank accounts have been opened where people who had never had any access to banking, they have become part of the formal financial sector. 510 million means the whole population of Europe plus Japan combined. 130 million households have got tap water connection. Imagine the change it brings in the lives of the people living in those households. 110 million people getting cooking gas connections, which was earlier thought to be a privilege of the rich, is now available to the people at the bottom of the pyramid. So as the people at the bottom of the pyramid, they come up the ladder in the economic life, it makes a very big difference. And that is one of the reasons why Prime Minister Modi ji got re-elected third time, when there are so many democracies which have lost. I'll just finish, Rahul, thanks for giving me so much time here. I'll give more time during the other questions. The fourth pillar is simplification. 1,500 laws have been removed from the statute book, and many of the sectors, like the telecom sector, was run by a law which was of 1885 vintage. Removed from the statute book, brand new 2023 law. So these four pillars, Rahul, give us a good confidence that we'll have 6 to 8% consistent growth over many years, and inflation will remain moderate within the 4 to 6% target band. So that means we can look at a nominal growth of 10 to 14% in the coming many years, and I can say that with 95% confidence interval, Rahul.